Nope, not yet. That was a good one. That was a good one, but I want it to be a little bit bigger. That's what she said. That gum is harder to blow a bubble now, not easier. I thought it's supposed to get easier the more I chew it. I thought I'd seen it all when it comes to the beauty industry making money off of people's, especially women's, insecurity, but this trend certainly takes the cake. Or, gum? That's right, today we are talking about Mastic gum, the super hard, allegedly not very tasty gum that claims to strengthen and highlight your jawline. And no, what I was chewing earlier was not Mastic gum, it was literally just $2 Hubba Bubba from the grocery store, because God knows I was not spending $30 to purchase that shit just for a bit. And something that I fundamentally do not believe in, which certainly gives you a little bit of a sneak peek about my opinion on this topic. But hey, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Hey, hi, hello, I'm Jenna or Jenna Cat, and I make crafty, nerdy videos here on YouTube, but for this video, I wanted to try my hand at a slightly different video format. As I dive into the sticky facts of Mastic gum, how it originated, and if it really can chisel your jaw, I will be showing my digital art process for this image here. And yes, it is on theme for today's topic, even though I am fairly certain you cannot blow bubbles with Mastic gum. So if any of that sounds interesting, please stick around. Yeah, I know, I used the same pun twice. I promise I will try to do better for the rest of the video. And with that, let's get into it. Before we get into the juicy topic of today's breakdown, let's talk about my art process. I almost always pencil sketch my drawings before bringing them into Procreate to digitize them. Something about that tactile experience of pencil on paper makes it so much easier for me to sketch the main aspects of my piece that I simply cannot do on the iPad. But once it's loaded into Procreate, I begin to resketch the piece and start looking at the shapes and proportions more critically. Well, surprisingly, Mastic gum is not a new concept by any means. It has been around for over 2,000 years. Mastic is derived from the Greek word mastikon. I forgot to look up how to pronounce that word before this video, but anyways, that word means to chew. So yeah, this shit is old, but I don't think you'll believe what its original purpose was. Mastic gum is a natural resin that comes from, and I'm definitely not going to pronounce this right, and I'm going to have to read the name because I don't think I can say it from the top of my head. Pistachia lentiscus. Wow, yeah, that was so terribly wrong. Anyways, it's a resin that comes from those trees, and it usually forms into this like teardrop shape. Its original purpose, and a purpose that it actually still quite frequently holds today, is medicinal use. That's right, before it was ever marketed to swole men wanting to look more swole, it was used as a medicine. But a medicine for what, you may ask? Tummy problems. Yeah, it was used for things like indigestion, stomach pain, heartburn, even potentially helping cure ulcers, or at least lessening the effects of ulcers. I'm no doctor. Don't take medical advice from me. I am just regurgitating what I read on the internet. So if you have stomach pains and you're now thinking to yourself, wow, this Mastic gum sounds like it could be really useful for me, maybe talk to your doctor or naturopath first to see if this is an avenue for you. I do not in any way want to give people medical advice. Okay, now that the disclaimer is out of the way, it is said that Mastic gum can help reduce stomach acid, protect the lining of the stomach and intestines, and may even have some antibacterial effects and reduce swelling. Again, no doctor, so please take what I'm saying with a grain of salt or grain of sugar, since it's gum and it's candy and sugar. Okay. Anyways, bad pun. So how the hell did the stomach medicine get twisted into this scheme to make men and boys feel insecure about their jawlines? Before we address this burning question, let's do a quick check-in on my drawing. Once my digital sketch is finished, I start laying down my final line art. My go-to is the Studio Pen brush in Procreate, and I usually outline in black ink. One of the most important things that I do throughout my whole digital art process is mirror the canvas regularly. As we draw, our eyes get used to seeing our art in one way, so we start to gloss over some either subtle or more obvious errors in lines or proportions. Flipping or mirroring the canvas helps us to see our work in a fresh perspective and better address those issues we did not see before. Okay, back to Mastic gum transitioning from a medicine to exercise equipment. This topic I actually couldn't find any real information about, so instead I looked into when one of these more popular mastic gum sellers was founded. Jawliners, who will now never sponsor me, and I am okay with that, sells mastic gum marketed to men. And man, I must say that they do have a pretty great marketing package. Because like, yeah, this statue head with these cool hipster glasses, I would totally eat whatever that thing is selling. But I'm not, because again, do not believe in their company, in their product on a fundamental level. Jawliner is a German startup that was founded in 2018, and it seems like they launched their first product around 2020. There may be other brands that started this type of product prior to them, but to be perfectly frank, I did not want to research every single mastic gum seller and figure out when they were founded, when they launched their product. Maybe that was a little bit of lazy research on my part, but what can I say? I'm making a stupid YouTube video about gum that strengthens your jaw. I don't care if I was a little lazy in some of my research. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out Jawliner's website and see if they have any scientific evidence to back their claims of this product strengthening jawlines. All right, so this is their website. How Jawliner strengthens, tones, and defines your jawline. We get it. With a weak jawline, men and women can see too much roundness in their faces without enough definition between their chin, jaw, and neck. I hate this so much. Look, I get it. People, if you want to look a certain way, I get it. I do. But like, please, can we just like focus a little bit more on the fact that having a double chin or having a rounder face isn't the end of the world? Isn't something that necessarily needs to be fixed? All right, let's read more. Ready to reach your goals? No. They have coaching? No. Jawliner coaching helps you reach your aesthetic goals. No, okay, okay, give me the science. Here we go. Backed by science. Data-driven exercises that are proven to work. Okay, where's the data? This doesn't have anything for me to click. This isn't like a link. Is this even the same guy? I guess it maybe is, but like, okay, for instance, he has a beard in this photo, doesn't have a beard in this photo. That is gonna hide a little bit of your jawline, I would think. Number 2, it looks like he's just lost weight, which means if you lose weight, you're gonna lose fat in your face, which is going to make your jaw more defined. And I 1000% do not believe that he lost weight by chewing gum. I bet he lost weight from working out and eating healthy, and then was chewing this gum on the side. And also, okay, number 3, there's clearly, oh God, oh my God, okay. This, I just realized, the lighting. Oh, this is, people, okay, if you're watching this video, you probably already know lighting and editing can affect, and angle too, can affect how a photo looks so much. This photo here is super bright and blown out on his face. There's not a lot of contrast. There's not a lot of shadows. So of course, you're not gonna see some of that definition. And again, the beard also hides some of that definition. And then this photo here, if this is even the same guy, this photo here is a lot darker, a lot more contrast, especially in the jaw area. There's definitely a lot more lighting contrast going on. Fake news. This is, no, just no. Okay. Sidetracked. I was looking for science. I know this is marketed to men and I'm a woman, but man, this is making me cringe so bad. All right, frequently asked questions. Maybe the science will be there. No. Stay safe and informed. Uh-oh, what's that right there? In the stay safe and informed category. If you don't know what lorem ipsum is a placeholder text commonly used in things like graphic and web design. It can be a longer phrase to be used to mimic a paragraph, but it usually is used, again, as a placeholder that you then replace with your real text once you're ready to, I don't know, say, make your website go live. Very interesting that their Stay Safe and Informed tab doesn't actually have anything in it. Do they have answers in these other ones? Oh, look, text that isn't lorem ipsum. Oh, look, text that isn't a placeholder. Not a placeholder. Not a placeholder. No. Okay, so the one category that I would argue is the most important category doesn't have anything in it. That is sus. That is sketch. That is sketch as okay? I'm not a fan of that. So they state that their stuff is backed by science and data. I have never said data like that in my life. It's data. I say data, right? Oh my God, what do I say? I don't say data. No, I say data. Why did I just say data? Oh, weird. Okay. Existential crisis. And I could go digging on their website, but I'm feeling pretty much like they're not going to have any of this science on here. If it's not in the frequently asked questions, and if it's not in the area where it originally said that they have science-backed data, yeah, I'm really skeptical about this one. So skeptical, in fact, that I need to put on my skepticals.
Allow me to put on my skepticals. Whoop!
Don't get that reference? That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. I'm not horribly mortified by that at all. No, it's fine. So after doing some internet digging, I'm not surprised they don't have anything in their science-backed data category, because there is so little evidence to prove that mastic gum, or really any gum, can change your jawline. So let's dig into that a little bit. And again, I'm not a research expert. I tried my damnedest. I tried my resolute best to get clear, concise, reliable research on this category. I will admit that I don't think I was perfect, but I think I did well enough to prove my point. Most doctors will tell you that you cannot change your jawline. You are born with it. Maybe you're born with it, maybe it's Maybelline, but no, with your jaw, you're born with it. You are born with the bone to determine the shape of your jaw. You cannot change the shape of a bone without surgery. You can build muscle around a bone, sure, okay? I guess in that line of thinking, maybe people think they can build their muscles big enough to be noticeable in their jaw. Oh, but wait. I have some research regarding that, so please stick around because I'm going to contradict that theory. I did quite a bit of finagling with my outline, especially for the eyes and eyebrows, which I will still mess with many more times throughout the whole process. What can I say? I really struggle with drawing eyes and expressive eyebrows. Don't even get me started on hands and feet. Notice that this drawing has no hands and no feet for a reason. But once I had my outline more or less solidified, I brought in a couple of color palettes I like and saved all those colors in a new palette in Procreate. My usual coloring technique is I choose a base color to fill in my entire artwork. Then I add new clipping layers above that base layer, which essentially means I don't draw anywhere on the canvas that isn't colored in that base layer. So I don't have to worry about quote unquote coloring outside the lines. All right, back to jaws. No, not that one. Your jawline is determined by genetics, okay? Just like, it just is. That's just how it is. And if you want a slimmer looking face, I mentioned this a little bit earlier when we were looking at those comparison photos, you just lose weight. And by losing weight, you know, your jawline will become more defined in theory. But if you simply do not have that like super well defined, chiseled, model-esque type of jaw, you're not going to get it naturally. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, honey. You're just not going to get it naturally. And I actually think it's really dangerous for this company to be promoting such a promise, especially with young and impressionable minds on TikTok who are seeing this trend. So chewing gum will not change your jawline. It is not a miracle worker. It might be for your stomach. Jury's still out on that one. It could really help your stomach. But again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. Ask your doctor if you should be chewing this for your stomach problems. I did find one doctor, however, who does seem to promote mastic gum and its promise. I'm going to read this straight from my notes because I don't feel like trying to memorize it. Deal with it. A 2019 study from Tokyo Medical God, I can't read. A 2019 study from Tokyo Medical Dental University states that mastic Corey, I don't think I pronounced that right, force can prompt changes in facial structure. And Dr. Mark Mew, what a great name, actually. I love that name. That's an incredible name. Dr. Mark Mew recommends chewing mastic gum for 2 to 3 hours a day. A day. Hours of them in a day. Are you kidding me? He does say to take a break if your jaw becomes sore. Okay, sure. We gotta look after our poor little jaws, right? Our poor little this little area. That's fragile. We gotta be careful. And he is clear on the potential side effects. He does mention it could cause constipation, which actually is interesting if it also is supposed to help with tummy issues. that could be and how you use it. Actually, you know what? I bet chewing it and ingesting it for stomach issues are 2 different ball games. So, constipation, itchy rash, and TMJ pain. And to be perfectly honest, none of that sounds super appealing to me or super worth it. But again, I'm not a man looking to have a stronger jaw, okay? What do I know? I'm just a woman. I'm just a silly woman with a silly round face. What the hell would I know? And look, the website I got this information from does not state any scientifically backed data. Does not give me any of the science. Does not give me any proof that what this doctor is saying is true. And the site I found this on is called Orthodontics Only Miami, which kind of sounds like OnlyFans, but for orthodontists. I'm just putting it out there. On the flip side, however, we do have a celebrity dermatologist, Dr. Paul Jared Frank, saying that they may not. I'm gonna read this from my notes again because I don't feel like memorizing it. Dr. Paul says people may not be able to achieve the desired jawline effect with gum alone, if at all. And he is skeptical of the promoted effect of mastic gum. Ooh, shit. I need those screenshots. I don't want to pause my recording. I gotta pause my recording. Damn it. I'm back. Okay, now that I have my screenshots in place, even if mastic gum did enhance the appearance of the jaw, Dr. Paul Jared Frank said that it could lead to overgrown masseter muscles and, in turn, issues with the jaw such as popping, clicking, and, not gonna attempt to pronounce that one, disorders also known as TMJ. The gum, he warned, may not necessarily sharpen the undersurface of the jawline if the bone structure is not there. Please hear me when I say this. It may not necessarily sharpen the undersurface of the jawline if the bone structure isn't there. Okay? Okay. And likely will yield a square-shaped jaw or wider mug, which I guess maybe for some men they do want that square look. That part I'm a little confused about, but regardless, it's not really going to change your jaw if it's not there. Well, okay, obviously your jaw will be there, I hope. Otherwise, we've got some other problems, and you probably shouldn't be chewing mastic gum. But anyways, yeah. Another dermatologist, Dr. Kavita Mariwala, I think that was pretty close, was gobsmacked when her 12-year-old boy asked her for mastic gum to get a better jawline. Now, I need you to, sit on that one for a moment. A 12-year-old boy is already worried about his jaw not being chiseled enough. And I know growing up as a woman, girls have self-esteem issues out the wazoo. And boys do too. And it's just so predatory that these beauty standards and beauty industries like to prey on children's insecurities. So all that information I just mentioned was all in the New York Post. Now that all my colors are in place, it's time to add the more creative details like shadows, highlights, and textures. For shadows, I do a layer at around 20 to 30% opacity and color in with a black studio pen. I do a similar thing for highlights, but instead of using black, I use white. But I'm not done yet. Here are some screenshots from medicine.net. Chewing gum regularly may strengthen masticory muscles. I wish this would use words I know how to pronounce. A small 2018 study found that chewing gum can improve masticory performance related to function and strength in some people. All right, but this doesn't affect the appearance of your jawline. Chewing gum only strengthens the muscles in your tongue and cheeks, as a 2019 study indicates. In this study, chewing gum improved the swallowing and feeding functions, not the look of your jaw. Chewing gum isn't likely to sharpen or define your jawline because the muscles used for chewing gum are largely in the neck and cheek. So mastic gum's whole thing is based on a lie. Shocker, big surprise. The muscles that are used to chew are in your cheeks and in your neck. It's not gonna do jack for your goddamn jaw, okay? Chewing gum won't make your jaw bigger or more muscle for the same reasons mentioned as above. Most of the muscles used for chewing aren't in the jaw. Are you getting the idea yet? That maybe, just maybe, this gum is a scam? Allegedly, sorry. allegedly a scam. For texture, I wanted to give this a little bit of a vintage comic book type of feel, so I added some halftone dots, which in Procreate, those brushes are either the decimal brush or the rosette brush. And this texture, I felt like really added a nice pop to the final product. Can chewing gum... God, what did I almost just say? Oh my God. That's a different video, and I'm not going there. All right. Can chewing gum help lose fat on your jawline? Although chewing gum may help you strengthen the facial muscles. I'm losing it. I can't speak anymore. May help strengthen the facial muscles. It is unlikely to reduce fat deposits on the face and neck. Dietary changes and exercise to lose weight are necessary to experience noticeable changes, which I did mention before. If you want slimmer jaw, slimmer face, lose some weight. I don't care what you do with your body in the end, in the long run. If you want to lose weight, lose weight. If you don't want to lose weight, don't lose weight. But if what you're looking for is a slimmer jaw, you're gonna have to like exercise and eat healthy, okay? And you also can't target where you lose the fat on your body. That's another thing I could get into a whole thing about, but I won't. Most of the guys on TikTok who are promoting and chewing this gum are already like so muscular and well-defined and have very distinct jawlines. They don't need this gum. Truly, they are handsome enough without it. They've got the jawline that they want this gum to give them. They already have it, you know? So, it's a compliment to them. They don't need that gum. They've got what they want. So, with all that being said, theoretically, yes, chewing hard stuff consistently will make your jaw stronger, but it will not change your facial structure. So, honey, if you want that jaw-dropping jaw, god damn, that jaw-dropping jaw. Why did I write that sentence? That sentence sucks. I can't say that. If you want that jaw-dropping jaw. That was a stupid sentence. I should have read that out loud before trying this video. So, if you want that jaw-dropping jaw and you weren't born with it, I hate to say it, but this gum probably won't do that for you. And I will not neglect to mention again the side effects that many dentists and doctors have warned about in relation to this gum. TMJ pain, popping out fillings or crowns, which I don't think I had mentioned that yet, actually. One dentist even said you could break a tooth on this gum. If you have a compromised tooth and you bite on this gum wrong, boom, dental surgery. Hundreds, thousands of dollars in dental surgery just for a stronger jaw. Not worth it to me, okay? But that's me. That's me, folks. So sure, you may have a stronger jaw, but you may have to spend a couple $100 to maybe even $1,000 in dental surgery. Only you can decide if you want to take that risk, and only you can prevent forest fires. And finally, I'm wrapping up any last minute details and tweaks. In case you missed it, I used the liquify tool on the text in some areas to make it look like it was being warped from the bubble. And yes, I do mess with that eye one more time because the line was looking too thick in comparison to the other and I just could not get these eyes dialed in. I'm already beating myself up enough about the eyes, so don't come at me in the comments. They aren't perfect, okay? They just aren't. And here's the final result. Okay, I did not mean for this to look like Ken from the Barbie movie chewing gum or even Sam from Sam and Colby, but that's what we've got going on. I know I've got a long way to go in my art journey, so I know this isn't perfect, but I have grown so much over the years that I've dedicated to teaching myself art, and I just want to give anyone else encouragement that if you're new to this art journey and you feel like you only see flaws in your art or that you're not perfect or that there's someone better or more talented than you, I just want to let you know, like, don't give up, keep going. Like, art is something that you are always going to be growing and evolving in, and it's about self-expression and growth, and I don't think any of us should stop doing art simply because we aren't perfect at it. And even if we're not good at it, just do it anyways, okay? If it brings you joy, I say go for it. Now I'm gonna get off my little soapbox and we're gonna wrap up this video. And that's all I've got on this matter. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a lovely day. All right, I think I got everything I need for this. Yep, that's a wrap.